After looking at that thumbnail, I know why you're here. Look, today I'm gonna show you how to make the best grilled chicken thighs ever. Now let's get into it. Now I want you guys to come in here and take a look at this right here. Look, these are actually just regular chicken thighs. If you look down here, you can see I started peeling some of the skin off of there, right? So I'm gonna still use the bone. If you guys can find the, you know, the skinless, boneless kind, those work too. Again, just to give you guys a recap, right? No skin, and then you can clean up some of this fat and some of the skin that's on there too. It depends on the quality of the, you know, the meat that you guys get, right? So I just take it, I peel this off, then I just clean it up, right? Take that, and then you see this right here? I like using these little fillet knives because it makes it a little bit easier. It's a little flexible on the blade, let you get in there. Now I'm not gonna bore you guys. I'm just gonna cut some of this off. Then we're gonna move on to the next step because look, the next step is gonna be crucial. It's gonna give it that color and that flavor, folks. Now, what I did was I took some parsley and I just went ahead and just chopped this up. This is more like a little fine little mince, right? So this right here is good. I'll just set that off to the side. Now you want to get yourself four garlic cloves, right? So I'm just gonna take them, smash them like that. I'm gonna give it another. We want them like that. See that juice? But we want to keep it all in the inside. Already did the garlic, right? We done chopped down, minced up, our parsley. Now, if you guys take a look right here, look, we got paprika, that's black pepper, and then we got salt, right? And if you really want to know what the level up is, I'll just put it right here. That's this right here. I'm gonna add my AP to it. Listen, it's already a low sodium product, along with this little bit of salt right here for the amount of chicken that we're doing, it's gonna be fire. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some here. And before I even get to my whisk, we wanna go ahead and use some olive oil, right? So we use about a 1/3 cup, you know what I mean? Because don't forget, we're making a marinade, right? So we just get it like this. I'll take it. Now I'll go ahead and just bring some of the parsley into the game. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the chicken and we'll just start adding it in here. I know that I put the garlic in there. You guys can put it on the top, but I like it to be in the bag. I love the way it smells. And listen, it's gonna be real nice and fragrant, once I take it out. Once I mix everything in here, right? We got that in here. Now we'll take our marinade. I'm gonna hit it one more time because the parsley's starting to settle. It tries to thicken up. If you feel like it's thickening up a little bit, you can always add yourself just a little bit more olive oil. Okay, so once we got it in there, and you gotta admit, having a zip quicker makes it so much easier, right? So I just take a lot of the air out that I can. I close it up, right? And then I take it like this, and I just massage it. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in the refrigerator. Now listen to me, folks. At a bare minimum, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? But if you can do up to 4 hours, and you know what? If you really got some insight, overnight works best. Now I want you to pay attention to the color of this bag. Look at the chicken. And now once we hit it on that grill and we put that smoke to it, it's gonna be fire, folks. Okay, so I want you guys to come on over here and look at this right here. Look, you see my temperature? I'm a little bit above 350, but I'm still in between 400 and the 350 mark, right? And it's rising. Now, remember, I'm using a kettle grill, right? So anytime I use these type of grills, everything is controlled as far as the temperature by the vent. Now I can vent these. I'm gonna come around so you guys can see. I control that. If I want it to be hotter, I'll open it all the way up. If I want it to slow down a little bit, I do it here, right? This is where it pulls out. And then if you guys look down here on the bottom, when you come down here, look, there's vents on the bottom of here because it's pulling everything this way. You know what I mean? So I vent this way. Okay, so look, this is the cool part. I've already marinated, not quite as long as I would like, you know what I mean? But I did do my minimum of 30 minutes. You guys just saw the grill. Everything was cool there. I got everything set up and ready to go. So if you take a look down here inside of my grill, look, my grill is divided into 2 sides. There's really 3 things going on in here. We got a big area over here. I call that, this is my cooking zone, right? This is where I'm gonna put all of the chicken at. This is non-direct or indirect, right? Then right here, you can see, I have a little water trough in there. That's to keep moisture in there. You know what I mean? Just to try to keep everything nice and moist. And then over here, look at that right there. That right there, that's the charcoal. You know what I mean? So that's where we're gonna get our flavor from. That's where we're getting all of that deep smokiness from. That side, and then we put it on the top, it's gonna cook real fast. Now, I'm gonna do them like this. Check it out. We'll just start putting them down right here. And then we got to get our temperature back up. So the longer I, stay here and I talk, the longer, we heating up the world, right? So we just want to stop. And then I want to go ahead and just be quiet for a second to pay homage to the color of these. Look at that right there. Okay, so when you put the lid on here, look, the ultimate goal is to be around 375. You know what I mean? We can go up to 400, but we got to stay on top of it, right? Listen, and then I know you guys going to ask like the time. It really depends. I'm really trying to get this to back down. It's on its way coming back down to 350 degrees. I like that. That'll be nice and slow with that color. And I got to show you this. You got to get yourself one of these meat thermometers, right? Because listen, this is chicken. We only want it to be 165. So we want to stay on top of it. We don't want to burn the bottom. We want to just check it and flip it. And don't forget, if we looking, we ain't cooking. So we got to find that, that happy medium. All right, so look, notice I put the chicken over here on the direct zone, right? So when you do it like that, that's how you get that color like that. So I just flip these over. We'll look at it again. This is what we want to get, folks. Look at that. Then I want you to pay attention to that color. That's a combination, of my seasoning, right? And then we put that paprika in there. It's just a combination of it all, the salt, the pepper, and all of that. And then look, on my grill, I'm using a spin grate, so I'm able to just spin this around like this. You know what I mean? If I want to put it over there on that side, I do. Then I just adjust, right? So we'll do it like this. So if you guys got any type of fajita you want to put this in, man, you could do it however you want to do it, but this right here will get you that color on the bottom, you know what I mean? And then you cook it, then we're gonna temp it. And what temperature are we looking for, folks? I'm gonna be looking down in that comment section below to see if you know. That's right, 165. Okay, I want you guys to take a look at this right here. Look, 164.3, they say 165, we good. That's it right there. Then I'll come over here, I'm gonna test this one over here. Let's find that. Don't forget we got that bone in here. And this one right here, 160. It's working this way up. By the time I get these off of here, they'll be ready. Now, I got them on a direct heat because I want to put a little char on them just under the bottom. That one's a little bit over. That's ready to come off. But 165 is that sweet spot. Look at this right here, 163. Let me go ahead and start pulling these off. So the only thing left to do is to take these babies off, right? That being a little thicker, I'll just hold that one over there. We'll just start loading these up like this. The objective is to get them all off at that 165, right? So I take the thin ones off, first. Oh yeah. When they get to popping and doing all of that, that tell me, look, that bone in the inside, that's the advantage of having that bone. That bone get nice and hot and cook it real nice. That's some flavor right there, folks. Look at that right there. Ah. Okay, folks, so look, ain't no need to talk about it, build no hype up or nothing like that. You see this right here? That's what we want to have, right? So, you want to know, is it good? Look, look at that. I don't know why I'm screaming. Look, it just goes right in the inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and just give it a cut, right there. Let's do that. I mean, you see that right there? Ooh, you see that flavor? You know what I mean? You want to know, is it cooked right? Look, I'll just pull it off of this right here. Cheers, y'all. Okay, folks, look, this is really like a tutorial just to show you, especially the new people out here, everybody can't get on the kettle grill and, work like that, right? It's super easy, know your zones, you gotta know how to vent, and you gotta take the time to get out here and practice. And guess what, folks? Happy summer, because listen, it just started. Hey, with that being said, listen, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say, hey, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, listen, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And you know what, folks? I'm gonna do something a little different this time. It's about me. You know what? I'm finna be selfish, and guess what, folks? I'm out. Peace.